Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 41 of my show, but this is about Episode 44. Now, Episode 44 in the original Power Rangers series is known... Now, before I start talking about it, since we're on episode 44, I just want to mention to you guys that since we're on episode 44, that means we've got, let's see, not counting 44, we got 45, 46, 47, 48, and then 49. We got 5 more videos left. Cause let's see, not counting episode 45, so... But not counting episode 44, so 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. So that's 5, yeah. So we got 5 more. Let's see. 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. We got 5 more episodes left before we get to the Return of an Old Friend 2-part episode. I just wanted to mention that. Oh, and also I want to mention to you guys, I just finished Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on my Xbox One, so what I'll probably be doing is after I finish this first season, I'll do a review of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for my channel, and just show you guys the achievements I got in it, in the story, and also, give you guys my personal opinion on the story. But enough getting off topic. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 41 of my show, but this is about Episode 44. Now, Episode 44 in the original Power Rangers series is known as Lions and Blizzards. Now, before I continue, I just want to mention something about the name of the episode. The reason why this episode is called Lions and Blizzards is because the Rangers will technically, in this episode, they'll face a hybrid monster. I'll explain a bit more about that later on. I just wanted to explain about that before I continued. Anyway, basically what happens is the Rangers, as well as some of the other participants of Angel Grove, are having a sort of like a little competition, and whoever gets the most points in the events in the competition basically gets this trophy in the episode called the Noble Lion Trophy. Now I'm going to explain about the Noble Lion Trophy a little here, because the Noble Lion Trophy actually will play kind of a hand in Rita's latest monster, which I will explain later when and then after they tally up the points from doing the other events, Mr. Kaplan basically tells the participants that this year's games come down to the final event, which is basically a tug-of-war, and basically the team that has Bulk. And basically, you know what tug-of-war is, right? Like, it's the game where you try to pull the rope so much that one side falls down, basically. Anyway, then they do this tug-of-war match to get the Noble Lion Trophy, and basically what happens after that is Dak is telling Angela to come over to the winning side, which I guess you can kind of think of it as he's trying to woo her again, but Bulk says that he doesn't want to come over because he's on the side of the real man, which is kind of ironic. Now, before I continue, I just want to mention this. This episode is gonna kind of focus mostly on Zach's character, like not the beginning segment, but the later portion of it, which I'll explain later about that after. I just wanted to mention that now because of that, and then basically, the Rangers managed to pull their end of the rope and make Bulk and his team fall into the mud, basically. And then after that, what basically happens is, they win the Noble Lion Trophy. But here's the funniest part. Shortly after they get the Noble Lion Trophy, they can't, when they're about to receive it, they can't find it. And the reason they can't find it is because Bulk and Skull had but before I continue with the statue thing, Rita decides to, now I'm gonna get into it with Rita's character very quickly. Basically what happens is Rita decides to use a spell to transform the Noble Lion Trophy into her latest monster, which is basically, it's a Chimera monster, which is a hybrid creature. In this case, the monster is called Gotan the Lion Goat. Now, as the name states, he's a Chimera monster because he's half and half, like, you know what a chimera is in Greek mythology. It's a half and half, like a hybrid creature. In this case, it's half lion and half goat. Oh my god, I'm sorry. And here's the funniest thing about Gotan's character very quickly. Apparently whenever he shows up, storms start popping up because of it, which I think is kind of weird. I just wanted to mention that before now I'm gonna get back into it with the Rangers. After they trying to celebrate with the trophy, they see that it's not there, and they realize that Bulk and Skull must have swiped it. Oh my god. And then they start looking for the trophy, but they can't find it. They can't find Bulk and Skull, which means they can't find the trophy. And then basically what happens is, after that, what basically happens is they go to the youth center for a little bit. And then when Bulk and Skull are running, they say that it's good think they're good enough, and then Skull says that they're not good enough to keep the prize, and then basically oh my god, and then basically what happens is, a little while after that, Rita uses her magic wand to summon Gotan the Lion Goat, who, as I stated, is a sort of like a Greek, like he's sort of like a chimera monster, meaning that he's a hybrid creature. Chimera is in Greek mythology, a chimera is a type of hybrid creature. I just thought I'd mention that again. I'm sorry to get a little bit of... In this case, this creature is half lion, half goat. And as I stated before, he apparently has the ability to cause weird weather patterns to happen, which I really don't know how that's possible, but I'm not bringing any logic into this, but because it's a show, so it's not, logically it's not supposed to make sense, but that's kind of funny that a monster can cause a lot of different weather patterns to happen. I'm sorry. Anyway, but before Gotan gets summoned this time around, The Rangers are back in the youth center. The Rangers are back in the youth center, and then Angela starts walking up to Zach, basically, and then Jason informs Zach that Angela's coming over to him. And Zach says he doesn't have to worry because he gave up on Angela a long time ago. And then basically what happens is Angela basically asks Zach if they want to go see like a matinee kind of thing. And then which is like in this case, it's a movie kind of thing. Like, it's a movie date kind of thing. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, basically what happens is then the alarm in the command center goes off. And then, Zordon asks Alpha what's going on. And Alpha explains that Rita has sent down a new monster, and then basically what happens is Zordon explains to Alpha that this monster seems familiar to him because of the storms, which is like I said, Gotan, the lion goat creature, which is so he has Alpha contact the Rangers on their communicators, and he has them teleport to, and then the Rangers, well, aside from Zach, because by the time Zordon contacted them, Zach had already gone on his movie date kind of thing with Angela, so aside from that, they teleport to the 4 of the 5 Rangers teleport to the command center, and then basically what happens is Zordon informs the Rangers about Rita's latest monster, which, as I stated again, is Gotan, the lion goat. It's a chimera monster. And he's telling the Rangers to be careful because Gotan also has the ability to summon up storms and stuff. And then basically what happens after that is Rangers morph to deal with Gotan, and then after a little while they start having having a little trouble with dealing with him, so much so that Zordon, Alpha has to contact Zach on his communicator. And here's the funniest thing: when he was about to contact him, you see, as I stated before in this episode, Zach went on a date with Angela for a movie date kind of thing. So by the time his communicator beeped, like, since I'm getting kind of close to the end of the episode here, I'm just going to backtrack a little so I can talk about the date segments between Angela and Zach's character. Basically what happens is it starts getting cold. I think that the reason why it starts getting cold inside the building is because Gotan has showed up at that point, and Zach tries to use that as an opportunity to put his arm around Angela, but she says it's not that cold and stuff, and then that's actually the only little bit that I'm going to do, because then basically what happens is Alpha manages to contact Zack on his communicator, but when his communicator beeps, Angela wonders what that beeping sound was, and Zack says a little fib where he says it's his popcorn alarm, and he's gotta check on it and stuff, and then he goes into a different segment of the theater to talk to Alpha on his communicator, and then Alpha explains that the other Rangers need his help. They're battling Gotan. They need his help battling, that the other Rangers need his help battling Gotan, Rita's Chimera monster, and then he says he's on his way, and then basically what happens is after that, he morphs to his Ranger form to help the Rangers deal with Gotan, but here's the funniest thing. When he first shows up, he says that Gotan's gonna pay for two things. For one, for messing with his friends and ruining his date with Angela, which is kind of right because of the fact that Alpha had to contact him on his communicator to get him to morph. It interrupted his date, so because of the fact that he had to go help the Rangers fight Gotan, he was a little miffed that he left the date a little prematurely. So in this case, it makes a lot of sense for why he would be miffed with Gotan a little. And then when they start fighting the monster, they manage to fight it a little, and then Rita makes the Gotan monster grow, and then the Rangers use their Megazord, and then basically what happens is after a little bit of a battle, this time the battle is a little different. Now what I mean by a little different is it's sort of the same kind of battle in the Megazord, except there's snow falling, so that's the only difference between this one, and that's mostly because Gotan has apparently it's stated in the episode by Zordon's character that he has the ability to affect inclement weather, like snow and stuff like that. And then they manage to defeat Gotan, and then basically, I'm guessing what happens is after that, Rita gets upset that she lost again. And, what basically happens is, after that, Zordon is congratulating the Rangers on defeating Gotan, the Lion Goat, but he also regrets to inform them that because of Gotan being destroyed, their Noble Lion trophy was also destroyed along with them. But the Rangers say that's okay, because they don't need a trophy to know they're winners, and basically, at least, and one of the Rangers says, I can't remember which one it is, but one of the Rangers said that at least they had a happy ending, and then basically, Zack gets a little worried about that, because speaking of happy endings, he left, Angela in the movie theater, to get popcorn. If he doesn't get back in a couple of minutes, it'll be curtains for him, and then basically he manages to get back, and then after he manages to get back, she is apologizing, but after that, she spilled the popcorn on his head, because she's upset that he ditched her, basically. And then after that, what basically happens, that's and that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I am gonna try to post it today. But if you So if you guys like this video when I post it today, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I will see you guys probably either tomorrow or sometime next week for the next video. So until then, guys, just please give this video the real best you guys can. And I will see you guys next time for the next video. So until then, guys, like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.